is Stephanie and I do clean and conscious beauty videos about once a week here on YouTube. So if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe and thumbs up for more. So as you can tell from the title, today we are doing a foundation wear test, first of the year. So excited. It's been probably a couple months since I've tried a new foundation here on this channel, just because I have plenty and there's been nothing that really caught my eye. But if you guys follow beauty trends, this brand LYS Beauty, LYS, has been making a little bit of a place in the market in terms of clean, inclusive beauty. So this is a Black-owned clean beauty brand that has an insanely inclusive shade range. Probably the best I have seen with an initial launch ever. I believe they have 30 shades of this foundation, but it's the way that they formulated the tones that to me really stands out. So I have shade TG1, which is, I believe, light tan with like a golden olive tone, which is pretty much exactly my skin tone. And I also picked up their bronzer today that we're gonna try in in Courage, which is tan. Now, I will tell you, I believe this brand is not in all Sephoras. It's sold at Sephora, but you can't find it in stores. And because it's such an inclusive shade range, I did have a little bit of a hard time figuring out what color was best for my skin tone. Because when I put this on my hand, it does initially appear a little dark. Actually, no, not on camera, does it? I don't know, it's kind of confusing, I will be honest. When I first swatched it, when I got it last night, I was a little nervous it was too dark, and then you'll even see when I'm applying it, it does initially look like it's too dark, but now it actually kind of blended all in and it worked together and it looks good. But just be aware that because the shade range is so much more inclusive, they're really honest about what the color is. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes when I buy foundations, I have to go like a couple shades darker than you'd think because they run light. So I don't know. That's just something I noticed. And then same thing with the bronzer. I picked the shade that was smack in the middle of the 5 shades that they offered, and it's dark. But if you think about it, in the scheme of things, I'm a pretty much middle of the road skin tone. I'm a light tan, dark medium, if that makes sense. I might not look it on camera right now, but I am. That's just, when I buy foundations, that's the colors I am. So there are plenty of people much fairer than me, and there are plenty of people much deeper and darker than me. So really, in the scheme of things, I should be smack in the middle. I shouldn't be closer to the dark end of the spectrum, which is what typically happens. I end up having to go closer to the darker shades than the medium shades. And this LYS brand, I'm smack in the middle, and I should be. And the same thing with the bronzer. I bought the shade that's smack in the middle, but it's dark. But that's great, because that means there are 2 shades totally darker than this. And the darkest shade, and I'll insert the picture here, it is like an eggplant brown. And that's amazing. When you are dealing with those deep, dark tones, you need something that has that tone. As a makeup artist even, that's something I've done. You need that so it really can give a contrast and a shadow to that deeper, darker skin. Those super warm tones are not gonna do SHIT on a woman of color or a person of color who has that really deep, rich skin tone. So although I do maybe wish I got the lighter bronzer and maybe a shade lighter of the foundation, which to be honest, LYS or LYS brand DM'd me on Instagram when I was talking about this yesterday, and they are so generously gonna send me the right shade of foundation, at least a lighter shade, so I could try it, because honestly this one looks good now. But also a couple other things, including the lighter bronzer. So anyway, very excited to do another take 2 of this on my IG Reels with some more goodies that they sent me. But today, we're just gonna focus on the ones that I bought myself, which is TG1 and Courage Bronzer. A little bit more about the formula. It is a medium coverage, natural finish, skincare infused serum. It has a hyaluronic acid in it. It has ashwagandha and turmeric in it. Ashwagandha is supposed to help combat skin stress and signs of aging, and turmeric also helps with antioxidant protection, and it also is a skin brightener, which is in a lot of skincare. So I'm really happy to see those ingredients in there and know that what I'm putting on my skin is truly gonna help it. And also something that really attracted me to this formula more than even those benefits and the fact that it was clean is that it is completely silicone free. So a lot of times you'll see silicones in formulas because it gives it that slip and that creaminess on the skin. But for many people, myself included, I have to be really careful with silicones and silicone-based ingredients because they can clog my pores and it just doesn't wear really long and it ends up making my skin look oilier. It's a whole big mess. If you want to see a little bit more about how this wears on my skin, continue watching. Just for note, I do have more normal oily skin and I tend to like medium coverage foundations that are buildable, that have a natural finish. So let's get into it. Bottle is stunning, like packaging incredible. It's this triangular packaging, glass bottle, pump, all the things we ask for. I guess I'm gonna go in with my flat top brush, which is somewhere. As we know already, this shade is probably a little dark for me. It is TG1. I'm gonna start with one pump and just kind of see how it goes. Yeah, a little dark, but not unworkable. This would be a perfect summer shade. Okay, so this is supposed to be medium coverage, natural finish, which is like my favorite. I love good coverage, but I like it to be, I don't really love full coverage as much anymore. I'd rather just build it up where I need to with concealer. It feels amazing going on. It literally looks just like my skin. It's not super glowy and it's not super matte either. I know it's a little hard with this light. Hold on, let me see if I can fix. Oh, I think that's better. Okay, I toned down the brightness just a touch. And I'm having like a decent skin day. My skin isn't terrible. It's not the best, it's not the worst. So it's like a good day to test. So that's one pump, one layer, and honestly that's like pretty good for me for every day, and it blended in pretty well. I'm shocked. Like actually I don't think it looks as dark as it looked initially, right? I'm gonna layer a little bit more just to see how it builds. I did half a pump in case you couldn't see, and I always like to add a little more down here. I have some spots here, but honestly I'll go in with concealer there. I just want to see how it builds. This worked out pretty good, and I'm not self-tan. If you follow me on Instagram, I said I was going to self-tan before I did this, but I just was so tired last night I didn't do it. So I'm completely not self-tan, and this is how it blended out. And this is shade TG1, which is their light tan shade. So not too bad. Layered really nicely. The coverage is great. I like this a lot. I hope this wears well and doesn't break me out. Okay, so I'm going to do my concealer and some other bits of it, and then we'll come back for the bronzer aspect. Okay, I did brows. I've got Benefit Brow Pomade on the brows. I concealed with my Rose Ink Concealer, set the concealer with Charlotte Tilbury powder. It's not clean, but it's just what works really well under my eyes. And then on the eyes itself, the shadow is the Charlotte Tilbury Vintage Vamp palette. Love these, they're just so easy. Thrive Cosmetics mascara, I use this all the time. And I actually didn't set the rest of my face because it doesn't look like it needs it. Most of the time when I do foundation wear test reviews, I don't set the whole face, I'll just do like the eye area. Sometimes if it seems like it really needs it, I will set it, because normally in my normal life when I do wear foundation, I set the whole face. But in this situation, I don't know, like it doesn't really look like it needs to be set. I don't know. Let's just set it. F it. This powder isn't mattifying. It's like, gives like a natural finish. So the good thing is it will kind of keep the integrity of the foundation. It kind of goes along with the same finish. Now that we took that down, now we can do bronzer, which I'm glad I did the powder, because when you put bronzer on and your skin isn't set and the bronzer is a little on the dark side, it could be a lot. So I already know that this bronzer is a little bit dark. I picked shade Courage, which is their tan shade, but even LYS on Instagram, when they messaged me, they're like, it looks a little dark for you. You're probably better off with the lighter color. So I believe they're sending me some better shades for my complexion. I cannot wait to try that out. But in the meantime, let's give this a go. I'm a little scared because it does look dark. Let's see. Picking up the color, tapping off the excess.
Oh God.
Okay. Let's just blend that out. Wow. Okay, I could see why they said you need the lighter shade. It's like, oh, it's a lot. Okay. Okay. So, a little goes a long way, and definitely be careful and get the right color. I really buffed it off now a lot, so now I'm like, oh God, okay. The tone is beautiful though. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I had hoped this bronzer would be, like neutral cool. So good. There's only one other clean bronzer that to me is like a good, not too warm bronzer, and that's the LYS bronzer, but it's the lightest color they do. And for people who are tanner than me, it's not gonna work, you know? So many bronzers in clean beauty are really warm or shimmery, neither of which I want. I like bronzers that can double as bronzer and contour, if that makes sense. I don't like it to be too warm. There's a time and a place for that, but I just like to have both. So anyway, I love the tone of this. This is perfect. It's just a little dark for me. Also, the kick up, that's another thing with clean bronzers, especially talc-free. A lot of kick up tends to happen. This is not happening. This is really good. Oh, I'm excited to get the right colors. Oh, I really love this. Oh, they did so good. Okay, let's do blush and then we will blend the whole thing out. So I actually picked up this Dior blush recently, this viral blush. I think Kylie Jenner made it viral. It's this like very bright pink. It's not clean, but again, until I can find something perfectly comparable with this color that's clean. The Beauty Counter cream blush in Havana is very close to this, but it's cream, so I would like a powder version. So now that it looks like this, I do set the whole face with Hourglass finishing powder. And I use this with a fluffy brush like this. Oh gosh, I have a fuzzy on my face. It's making me crazy. I keep feeling it. This is the Luminous Light. It's just a sheer, like, glowy wash. But it really just blends out my blush and bronzer. That's what it's for. And softens them a little. All right, I need to brighten up the lighting here because it's looking too dark. Is that better? I don't know, man. It's because the sun is going in and out and it snowed, so it's like very bright outside. Lips. You know what? I'm gonna go with this Maracuja lip. I recently got this, I did 12 days of lipsticks on my TikTok and Instagram Reels during the holidays, and this was one of the new formulas I tried. I did 12 different lipsticks. So we're gonna do a little lip liner with Lawless, and then this is shade Rose. It's just like, it looks like my lips, but it feels like a treatment. It's so nice. It's like a lip balm, but it has a glossy fit. It looks like lip gloss. It looks really good in my mirror and in real life. It looks like my skin, just better. And to be silicone free, what else? Cruelty free, vegan, gluten free, has hyaluronic acid, which I love, turmeric and ashwagandha, very soothing and calming to the skin. I'm just really excited about how this will wear. So, okay. It is currently 11:15. Oh, it's my baby. I will check in with you guys at the end of the day. Final check-in. Whoops. 9:14. So after I talked to you guys this morning, I did an hour-long workout. I had acupuncture today, so that's like an hour, like just there wearing my mask. And I had to run a couple errands. Now, right now on camera, hold on, it looks a little bright. The lighting is just killing me today. That looks better. Okay. Right now on camera, it doesn't look like it's too dark of a match. And even like when I initially put it on, you guys saw like I kind of went back and forth with thinking if the color match was off. I do think, because in the daytime, it was just a hair too dark just one shade. I can almost guarantee you when LYS sends me the new shade, which guys follow me on Instagram, I'll be going live there when I get the new products with the new colors to kind of see if it's like a better match. I can almost guarantee that that one shade lighter will be so perfect. But with all things considered, this pretty much looks like how any of my foundations look by the end of the day. So yeah, I'm a little shiny on the forehead. I'm shiny here. It's totally worn off of my nose because I had a mask on. But in general, and you guys have heard me say this before if you've watched me a lot, I have had foundations that don't hold onto the blush and the bronzer. This did. This totally did. You could still see the blush and the bronzer on both cheeks. You could see the bronzer on the forehead. Now again, the bronzer definitely was a little on the dark side, so if I used a lighter shade, it might totally wear better. But all things considered, the coverage is still there. I don't see any new breakouts from wearing today, and usually if my skin reacts, it's gonna react quick. So I have a really good feeling about this foundation. Obviously, this is a first impression and wear test. I will continue to wear this for the next couple of days. So by the time I edit this video and upload it to my channel, I will include some notes in the description box on how I feel like it's continued to wear. And I do know, like I said, that the brand is gonna send me a new shade of the foundation and a new shade of the bronzer. So please follow me on Instagram so we can talk more about this formula and those products and see whatever else they send me. They said they're gonna send me a goodie bag, so I really appreciate that and I can't wait to share with you guys. So anyway, so happy that there's such a nice inclusive shade range. I love this formula. This formula, it's just so well thought out and good for your skin, but the coverage is still like appropriate for every day. I don't know. I just have like nothing but love for this brand so far, so highly recommend checking them out if you are somebody with like normal skin, not super oily and not super dry either, just like normal average skin. Give this a try. Actually, I will say they make some very well rated primers on Sephora. I'm not like a huge primer person, but I know they make, I want to say it's like a moisturizing primer and then like a mattifying primer, so I bet you this foundation can kind of go one way or the other if you add in the primer. Kind of like Fenty Beauty when Fenty first launched. It was kind of like not great on its own, but then you add the primer and it was like amazing. I bet you like if you're super dry or super oily, adding the primer will make it like 100 times better. So, okay, that's my thoughts. I appreciate you guys checking out this review and please subscribe if you're interested in more clean and conscious beauty videos. Thanks so much.